Assassination Nation is now in theaters, and I want to call it an independent film just because it was only in 1,400 theaters this weekend. But this is a film that has been advertised as for women as they are experiencing a bunch of hacks that go on in the town of Salem and how they're dealing with it, as well as how the entire town deals with these hacks. And this is not just an analysis of this town. You can tell that the director of this film is trying to analyze America as a whole. The question is, does it work? Let me get to the positives first. I think one of the main positives of this film is that this has a lot of style to it. From the camera work, to the editing style, to the way that it's shot, and the score, it's got a lot to it. And you can tell that this director wants to make you feel something while watching this film. And going into this film, I heard that it did get mixed reviews. And for me personally, those are honestly the best kind, because oftentimes those are the films that are dealing with issues that are, in its own regards, divisive. You know, like if you think about a film like Mother that came out last year, that was a very divisive film. Or like, you know, The Tree of Life, or any Terrence Malick film. There are just films out there that can't be 100%. Like, you're not going to see it get 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Simply put, because it's so divisive. Sure, there are some people that can actually put aside, you know, their actual beliefs and analyze a film on, you know, on the filmmaking itself, which is what I'm trying to do. But not everyone can do that. And my point is, I think that this director just doesn't care about that. He doesn't care if people are going to like it or not like it. He has his own agenda. He has his own ideas. And I have to applaud him for that. Because the idea of this film, at least to me, that I got from it, is that, you know, women are looked at very differently than men. They are treated very differently, both in high school and onwards, or even beforehand. And I have seen 7 seasons of Mad Men. And so I'm at the point now where I'm like, I still agree. Like, I do agree with that concept. And I know that, you know, I usually don't get political or talk about this kind of stuff, but I think that a film that kind of touches upon that topic, I don't know. I think that it is important to actually talk about it. And I think that a film like this that actually talks about it and analyzes it in a way, I like that. I like that the actresses playing the 4 female leads are really good. The one is a transgender, and she was great too. And I liked her. I liked her performance, mostly because I feel as though you can tell that the filmmaker was trying to be as realistic as possible with the teenagers. And I feel as though her particularly, they were kind of showing that she has a lot of ideas on society, but they're not fully fleshed out. But as she'll grow up, she'll, you know, slowly flesh them out. And that's the same with the other 3 females. And I liked that because it felt realistic with how it was depicting, you know, these 4 women in high school. I mean, I went to high school, and I have to say that they did depict high school in a pretty realistic way, in my opinion. And I also further liked, again, all the style was great. I liked all the messages. I think that this is a film, though, that the ending, here's the thing. It's like flipping a coin, you're right? Because on the one side, it's a good ending. You know, it's good with how it shows that, hey, you know, this is what happens when you push people that aren't violent to a certain point. This is what happens. On the other side, though, I kind of wish this film took a page from 3 Billboards from Ebbing, Missouri. Without spoiling that film, that message of that film was violence on violence just causes more violence. So what's the point in even trying to cause violence? You know, and I like that. I like the idea of 3 Billboards. And I just kind of wish that this film itself took a page from 3 Billboards. It didn't, and it went with the former that I mentioned. And again, it's like flipping a coin. It's like you do or you don't, or you do or you do. It's like, it's just one of those things where I'm like, but I think that's something that I can push aside and just kind of look at the character development. I think that, yeah, I said that these females and these men in the film too, because, you know, there are men in this film. I feel as though they do depict females and males in high school in a realistic way. But at the same time, I don't feel as though they're fully fleshed out. I think the main actress is kind of fleshed out, but I think everyone surrounding her really isn't. And I wish that there was more development with these characters. But with that said, I'm still going to recommend Assassination Nation. I think that this is a film that even if you hate it, even if you watch the movie and you watch this review and say, Chad, you don't know what you're talking about, that was an awful movie, I'll respect your opinion. But if you do watch this movie and you say, like, oh, I love it, Chad, that was a great movie, that's fine too. I just think that it's the film that you should watch because of how divisive it is. And, you know, it's important to watch those kind of films and just kind of take something out of it because it does have something to say. And in my opinion, it's worth seeing. So Assassination Nation will be getting a 4 out of 5 star rating from me. Or if it was like a hot sauce grade, it gets the Louisiana Pure Crystal Hot Sauce. Yep, still working on finishing it. But guys, that's my thoughts on Assassination Nation. It's a long title. But what are your thoughts on the film? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Comment section down below. And as always, don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys later.